Welcome back to game number 4 here in the After Hours Gaming League Season 3, week number 4. There's a lot of 4s there. There's a lot of numbers. The scores are looking at 2-1. We've now got these 2 Zerg players. We've got a lot of letters first. The good luck hatch first. Wait, good luck hatch first. All right, cool. That's an interesting opening there from Final Bug. These guys have been apparently having a lot of mind games going on between them. Just a little bit of banter back and forth, of course. And we got a 6 pool and go Ravens. I'm actually casting this while the Super Bowl's on. I completely forgot that it was on. Not that I know what happens in American football, but either way, I was told I should watch it. But I'm not doing that. We're doing more important things like StarCraft. Now, starting over at the right-hand side of Korhal City is our blue Zerg player playing for Storm8. It is Final Bug. I'm not sure if that's ironic based on the fact that he plays Zerg or not. I don't know. Final Bug, you'll have to tell me if that is because you're playing Zerg or if that's just some cool little alias you've had for quite a while. His opponent down at the bottom left-hand side, he has been a bit of a terror in the After Hours Gaming League, going on an incredible streak, and in fact is, I believe, completely undefeated in the After Hours Gaming League, encompassing the previous season and this one as well. It is Epic's J-Dub. Alright, so we will see a 14 pull here from J-Dub. Just getting that up pretty quickly. Of course, we'll go over the dynamics of this map in just a moment. Looks like Final Bug is going to go for a quick expansion, obviously just jumping up to that in-base natural here. Just a quick shout out to both of the representatives from the team who sent me the emails with very interesting information about what's going on. Of course, this is a battle of the captains here in this game. Final Bug, the captain of S8, and of course J-Dub, the captain of Epic. Apparently, a lot of mind games going on. We've got games being played in cloaked maps so builds can be protected. We've got you know, some fake games going on, and all these kinds of crazy cool mind games that have been happening. And both these guys actually mentioned, and it'll be an interesting factor of this game, is that this map actually promotes Ling Bane quite a lot. It's quite similar to the way Tal'Darim works, just because of the fact that there is a very wide, easily accessible ramp here that you can utilize. Means that things like Banelings and Lings are very common to see on this map in Zerg vs Zerg. Now, I'll be completely honest, I don't know how much of Zerg vs Zerg has changed in Heart of the Swarm. I know that obviously the Infestor changes that have gone through in Heart of the Swarm and in Wings of Liberty have changed things up a little bit here, but of course things like Swarm Hosts, I'm not sure how they go. I do know that Hydras have become a little bit of a potent force as well, but Swarm Host, not so sure about. I have seen a few Zerg vs Zerg games that have gotten up Roach Swarm Host forces, and I don't know, it looks like a really weird way to battle, but that's me as a Terran and a Protoss player, you know, calling other things weird from other races, but that's how I roll. Of course, the other features of this map, the third base, or what can be a third base, is covered by destructible debris here. So that's like your easier base to take, and you can get rid of it, but of course it does have 2,000 minerals. So the other option is to head down to a base like this. It's a little bit further away, a little bit more unprotected, but also protected in its own way, just because of the fact that there's a very narrow, entryway comparatively to the opposing third base. But the thing is, with this one, there is a destructible rock tower here. Killed the 500 health there on that rock tower, it'll drop down the rocks and protect the third. And of course, this is rotationally symmetric, so it's the same thing all across the board. There is a Zilnaga watchtower in the middle as well, but it doesn't really affect too much. I like, given the fact that this watchtower only really covers this sort of central section here, you know, in this sort of game where the players are actually just very close sort of diagonal positions, it's not going to play too much of a big thing in this one. But of course, I am expecting that Ling Bane will be a big feature of this game. Looks as if J-Dub has gotten out quite a lot of Lings right at the start. He's also got his Ling speed on the way. That's almost complete. The Baneling Nest is also being produced as well. That's just about to finish up, and J-Dub, it looks as if he is going to go for that attack with the Lings. The thing is, will he be able to get in there undetected? It looks like the Lings are just going to head straight across. Their speed is actually just going to finish up as they arrive. 3 Queens here to defend for Final Bug. He also has a Spine Crawler as well. In fact, 4 Queens in total. Got a little bit of creep spread here as well. Looks like the Lings just going to slowly mosey their way on across into the natural base. Going to get some damage done here. A little bit of hold position action going on. The Lings are now just going to streak away. Going to try and get into the main base here. This one's completely unprotected as well, apart from that Spine Crawler. And no Are you serious? No drones are being killed for the moment by J-Dub, so this game has started off in a very interesting fashion. In fact, not a single drone, I think, is going to die here. There is one Ling which has made its way across to the natural base yet again. Is that going to be the first little drone? Nope. No drone kills. That's alright. I didn't really expect that, but an interesting start from these two. Of course, looks like J-Dub is going to send over a few more Lings as well. His Baneling Nest is prepared. Unfortunately, he's not going to get started with any of those just at the moment. Looks like we'll get a small wall here being constructed by Final Bug. We got some an Evo Chamber or two along with the Spine Crawler coming along, and finally, some drones begin to die. We got 1, 2, 3. Just 3 for the moment. It looks like he is going to try and head back up to the natural as well. Should be able to get some damage done here. However, he's not going to get much done if he targets that hatch. And while he does get it down to around about 3/4 health, that's not too bad. And it looks like the Lings will just head back inside the main again. And just some back and forth sort of yo-yo action here between these two players. Back at home for J-Dub. He hasn't really gotten too much done behind all of this apart from get his lair done. And that's just about to kick in here. Of course, this may signal the beginning of a tech switch here. We'll see which particular path he wants to go for. More Lings continuing to come out. He's looking to perhaps just keep an eye on what's going on at this third base here. As I mentioned, if you can get rid of this tower, knock it down, your opponent's going to have a little bit more of a difficult time taking their third base, because they've either got to come down here and take down the rocks, which in effect isn't really the most sort of efficient way to play this map, I don't think. Then you've also got that other option to take in this one here. But we will see that for the moment, Final Bug has actually walled himself off completely with +1 on the ranged attacks and the Carapace being built right, or being researched right now. The Roach Warren just about to pop up. Of course, his own lair is just about to kick in as well. And so J-Dub is going to have a little bit of a tech lead right now because he has gone for a Spire, as we can see down here at the main base. He's got that building just about well, it's around about halfway done, so not too long to go there for that big mushroom building. And we'll see him kick in with those Mutalisks and see how much damage that is able to get done. He's going to scout through. We'll see what tech he is able to find. Obviously, quite a lot of Queens at the moment, but only the Roach tech, and maybe if he saw that, no speed on those Lings for the moment. So, in fact, wow, Final Bug is going to switch things up. We got the Roaches now coming out. Roach speed is on the way. 3 more Roaches being constructed. The upgrades for those units is still on the way, so the timing of this could actually just work out quite nicely. We'll have to see where he wants to throw down the Nidosworm. We've got a couple of options. We got down here, just sort of off to the side of sort of that main entryway. Of course, you can also throw it down somewhere around here as well. We'll have to see how he does it. Of course, there are a lot of Lings out of the map at the moment for J-Dub. He's going to send a couple across to do some scouting. Of course, a big factor of Zerg versus Zerg is the fact that you can almost see an entire path of where your opponent might want to come along from. And I'm interested to see, actually, has he seen it? He hasn't actually seen it. It's a full wall off. So that, if that was, if J-Dub was able to see that, that may tip the hand. But there we go, the Nidosworm getting started just across to the side. Thank you, Blizzard, for that lovely little ping there when a Nidosworm gets started or a nuke is launched. But we will have a Nidosworm just popping up. As we can see, he is about to come in there, and that is going to eject quite a lot of Queens, quite a lot of Roaches, and we're going to get started with a an attack here. And the thing is, lots of Queens. We've got 7 Queens here for Final Bug, and I mean, they're not to be trifled with. They do a decent amount of damage. They've got 5 damage against the ground, 10 damage against the air, and while it's not the quickest attack, nor is it the most damaging attack, it's still 10 against air units. And with the Mutas now flying across to the opposite side of the map, they're just going to try and run inside, get some damage done here in the main base of Final Bug. But the thing is, Final Bug now attacking into the main/natural of J-Dub, and we'll see how much damage he is able to get done. Another Nidosworm getting constructed here just across to the side. We'll see how that is going to play out. Perhaps he's going to try and use the units to try and run away. It looks like the Queens may be the units to try and run back to the main base. We'll see very soon. It looks like a few Spore Crawlers have gone up for our blue player from Storm8. He is relatively well protected at the natural, but it looks like most of the main is going to go down. The Overlords that are here trying to, I don't know what they're doing, but they're going to get shot down by the Queens on the ground. More Roaches now pouring out for Final Bug. He's got a lot of power on the ground right now. and he is starting to rack up a lot of drone kills. 28 worker kills, 31, 32, 35. It's going up in a ridiculous number right now, and J-Dub is caught between a rock and a hard place. I tell you what are you going to do? Attack into 4 Spore Crawlers and a Queen or 2? No siree, you are not going to do that. And while we can see that J-Dub has taken a 3rd base across to the side, he's going to have so much trouble trying to protect against this attack with the Queens helping out with their own damage and the transfusers. J-Dub is stuck down now at 54 supply. He's going to start losing things very quickly. With some nice transfusers, we should see Final Bug keep all of this attack force alive, but no, he slowly lost a couple of them. What was all that? There was a lot of dust that just came up there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But as we can see, Final Bug going to be able to just absolutely crush through the remaining buildings here inside the main base of J-Dub. Another Night of Swim gets started. It looks like the drone count is currently sitting at 30 to 15. So it's not as if, it's not as if J-Dub is completely dead, but I mean, he's lost so much. He's lost his lair, he's lost quite a lot of his tech. He's now trying to get some more units built, but I mean, with, well, there are actually a sizable amount of mutas out on the map. With a couple of roaches, he may be able to get some sort of counter-attack going, and it looks as if he's sending some drones away, going to try and get some, a proxy base built, but we'll see if that is able to save the day. I'm not sure if it will be able to. The roaches have now effectively cleaned out most of the tech inside. Needs to get rid of that spire before any extra units are built by J-Dub. But it looks like the roaches are going to try and get inside the front door. It looks like some mutas going to help them out as well. There's a total of 11 mutas that are here in this group, and if they can take down the front door wall and maybe get rid of this Nidus network, he should be able to hold up any reinforcements from getting back here. But I mean, there's still 4 crawlers to bust through, along with a Queen. She's going to have a couple of transfusers, and now the roaches, well, a few of the roaches have returned for Final Bug. He has, of course, lost that the Nidus network, and I mean, with only 1 Nidus worm left over, he's not going to have a fun time getting these units around the map. They do have speed, and it looks like the muta's going to try and... Is that... No, it's not micro. I was wondering what was going on there, but it's not a bit of micro. It looks like J-Dub, he's going to try and return as many minerals as he can. He's up to 270 on his mineral count, but that is not enough to get a hatch started. And now things are going to get a little bit messy for our epic player here. Unfortunately, not able to save the day. There is an extractor just across to the right-hand side of the map, and that is the final building that J-Dub has left over. His mutas trying to get some damage done, but I mean, will he be able to do enough? There are just not enough mutas here to really just clamp down on the buildings that Final Bug has available to him, and now Final Bug should have vision of the hatchery of the extractor. There's one across to the side, there's another at the top section here, along with another one being built on the left-hand side as well. And, you know, I think if Final Bug is just able to keep some of these drones alive on his own, he should be quite fine. There is, of course, one spore crawler still here. The drones have stopped mining. What? I don't know what these drones are doing, but there is nothing really too much going on the map apart from roaches pushing around, trying to get the last remaining buildings of J-Dub. Of course, we can see them coming across to extractor number 1, extractor number 2, and extractor number 3. And this one does survive with 12 health, but I don't think it is going to stay alive too long. The last remaining roaches for Final Bug now pushing across the map. The supply is 101 to 24, and with a flurry of extracted deaths, that is it. We go to 2-2, and we will now move into the ace match. Game number 5 will start very soon right here, so stay tuned for the epic conclusion to this series between Storm8 and Epic.